guys, it's Super Neo here, and man, this video may get me into like a land of controversy, but you know, everything that I do I stand by fully, and you know, I don't care if anyone disagrees with me or not, whatever, yada yada. I feel like someone should have made this video by now, and if not, then I'm gonna be that person. Anyways, I'm sure many of you know who DanCo and Variant Comics are and all that stuff. I'm sure you're familiar with all those type of people, basically these comic YouTubers and all that stuff. And I'm also sure you're aware of the hate that they get, which I feel like is unjust and unwarranted. Now, as you read by the title, I'm gonna be personally defending DanCo and well, basically almost any comic YouTuber out there really who gets a lot of hate and a lot of like nasty shit thrown towards their way, which is just not, you know, not remotely sane regardless. But anyways, let me just start to begin with. So a lot of people give DanCo shit just because of like his viewpoints on fictional characters and all that stuff, and you know, I've said this before in like my last video regarding why I left debating. You can have a different viewpoint and a different stance on like a character. That's fine, and you can even make a video on like why you disagree with a person, but there's a way on how you do it. And a lot of these people are just throwing shit towards DanCo. They don't realize that like he's not a debater. That's just the bottom line to it. DanCo's not a debater, and he's never claiming to be one. So when you basically hold him to these standards of power scaling the same way as like some sort of debater like Seth or Chuck or anything like that, then that's an automatic flaw within itself, because he's not a debater. He's just a content creator at the end of the day. He's a casual fan basically. So when you start like acting as if every person who like talks about power has to be a debater and all that stuff, that's when the mentality starts to get all messed up and all that shit. DanCo is not obligated to have the same opinion as whatever you feel he is. That's just his viewpoint, and if you disagree with it, that's cool, power to you. You can do that. But when I see people start raiding his streams and all that stuff and start going out to actually harass him and all that shit, a certain type of group does that, and I'm not going to say their names, you probably can deduce who they are. When people start doing that, then that's when I start to get pretty frustrated, because like, people who talk about power on YouTube, they shouldn't have to worry about a flood of debaters fucking harassing them and all that shit just because they have a different viewpoint or they forgot one small thing, or etc, etc. And DanCo Variant Comics are no different basically. DanCo is a content creator, and you see at the end of the day, he's just like, you know, he just doesn't have to abide by power scaling. Like, he doesn't have to care about what is outer verse or anything. He doesn't have to care about that whatsoever. And me personally, I don't disagree. I mean, I don't agree with a lot of things that DanCo says, but you don't see me going out of my way to just outright harass him, or, you know, going out of my way just to make entire videos on him and all that stuff, because it's not worth it to me. I can then, like, that's the thing that people need to have in debate nowadays, cognitive dissonance. Basically, being able to communicate with other people and, like, understand people's point of view and all that stuff. DanCo, in my opinion, does do a lot of things that I disagree with in terms of power scaling, but at the end of the day, I still like his content for what it is. I don't just dislike it just because, oh, he doesn't agree with what I do and all that stuff, which is stupid, honestly. Because from an objective level, DanCo's content is not bad. Whether you would disagree with his opinions or not, it's objectively just, it's not bad content. So, with that being said, DanCo isn't a bad content creator and all that, or anything like that. So, and another issue, that this is more of a Variant Comic thing, but like, here's the thing: when people going out of their way to try to get DanCo to debate him and Variant Comics to debate him, and people who say he's ducking, well, he's not obligated to debate you to begin with. When they present their viewpoints, they don't present it as if it was an absolute or an objective fact. They present it as their viewpoints and all that stuff. So the obligation isn't there for them to defend it, and you trying to make them to defend it and basically put him in the peer pressure and all that stuff, like get in VC if you disagree with my opinion, or they're like, shut the fuck up. Nobody is obligated to debate you, period. And you know, these people making all these videos, like literally back-to-back videos on DanCo and like Variant Comics, not only do you come off as like obsessive, but it's just doing too much when you really think about it, because honestly, like, we get the point. You disagree with DanCo's content, honestly. There's no point in doing that. That's one of the reasons why I don't make debunk videos anymore. It's really no point in doing so, and it just makes you look like you're obsessed with one particular person, if I'm being honest about it. And you know, another point I'd like to bring up is like, oh, but DanCo and very comments, they downplay my... No. First and foremost, I've already explained it beforehand, it's their viewpoint. Regardless of whether you think it's factually wrong or not, which there's no such thing as facts in debating, because it's innately subjective, but still, whether you feel like they're winking or downplaying, that doesn't take away from their content itself. It doesn't. It just takes away from your viewpoint and whether you agree with them or not, and regardless. And like I said, me personally, I can stand DanCo because of the fact that like their content is good. Whether I disagree with their opinion or not, it means jack shit. Their content is good. And same for Variant Comics, whose presentation, comic related stuff is good. They're not obligated to just hold that common acceptance within the debating community, and trying to enforce things that are mostly known within the debating community onto a casual fan like they are is stupid. Because of course you're not going to know what outer versal, measurable speed and all that shit is. Who the fuck is supposed to? Because debating, no matter what you think, debating is not as common as what you would let to believe, honestly. And just because people talk about power doesn't mean they're like, just because people talk about power doesn't mean that they're debater related content or they're versus content and all that stuff. And you know, like I said, when the debating community starts shutting out all these different people because they have different viewpoints, it starts to become stagnant and it becomes more like of a dictatorship. People can't express their viewpoints without having to have like a fucking mob come after them and all that shit. That's so stupid. And not only that, but like, people shouldn't have to worry about that, and nor should DanCo, Variant Comics, and all these other various people and like YouTubers who are getting like harassed daily in and out just because of the fact that they don't hold what's the common accepted viewpoint of a character's power. They're not obligated to do that, and nor they're obligated to defend it, honestly. And you know, I'm kind of glad DanCo and Variant Comics have just not bothered with these type of people, because honestly, giving them attention where attention is due, it's just only filling them, and it's only stroking their boners, hate boners specifically, to its fullest extent. So yeah, with that being said, this is a short video, and I do stand by the fact that DanCo has, and so far as I'm aware, has done nothing wrong. Same for Variant Comics and all these other different YouTubers. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video real quick, and I'm surprised nobody has really made this video regarding DanCo. Because honestly, the hate that he gets, it really isn't deserved whatsoever. If your only argument on why a content is bad is because of the fact they don't scale a character right, and right in quotes by the way, then that's just not a sound point. That's a subjective premise whatsoever, and it's not an objective fact. So yeah, with that being said, I do stand by the fact DanCo, Variant Comics, and etc did nothing wrong. So yeah, that's all folks. Super Neo, peace the fuck out.